Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our weekly watch list for the second week of April. A couple of very interesting markets setting up that I think we're going to get to trade. There's also quite a bit of fundamental news out this week, especially on the pound with the Bank of England decision, rate decision on Thursday, I believe it is. So we're going to see a bit of volatility there. Had a few questions on how that may affect our intraday trading, and I'll get to that at the end of the video. But all in all, I think a very nice looking week. I think we're going to have a bit of fun. So the first market that I'm going to have a quick look at is actually a trade that we took last week, and I just want to sort of close it off, round it up, round it off, I guess, if you know, that's a good way to describe it, just so that anyone who's still in the trade knows where we are at with it, and just sort of finish this one off. So we sold the pound Swissy here a couple of weeks ago, and we obviously took our first profit target there. That was a nice one-to-one trade, and then we sent out a sort of an update last week saying, well, there are several different ways you can look at trading the taking profit on the second position. So we took profit obviously at the 134.50. We said we're more than happy with simple support and resistance, and there are obviously a whole lot of different strategies that you could use to try and extend your winners. I just want to mention, if you're in this trade, if you're still short, and obviously you've seen this nice big move against you here, it's kind of eaten into a bit of your profit, even though you're still well up. I would just encourage you to follow whatever strategy you were following. So obviously if you were trading the trend line, you're probably out already. You took your profit around about where we did. If you were trading to the simple support and resistance, you took your profit. If you were trading with a swing high, you're probably still in the position, all right, because your swing high, your most recent swing high was there. So if you had a few pips up, you probably did survive that. If not, look, you still made good money. My point is that if I was in this position and if I was trading the swings, I would just hold, right? It's very, very common to see a big move counter to the overall trend right about when the trend carries on. Okay, I'll say that again. It was actually work done by Martin Pring, I believe it was, in one of his books. He wrote about it, and it's a very common phenomenon. You'll see it when a trend is about to carry on going. Just before that, you see a very big counter trend move, and whether that's stop hunting or who knows what it is, it's just, I'm not going to get into that in this video, but you will commonly see that. So this for me doesn't immediately imply that the trend is over. If I was still in, I would still be holding. But either way, nice one-to-one target and then a 4-to-1 target. So that trade is officially over. Nice winner. Very happy with that. The first market that I want to have a look at is one that we get a lot of questions about, and a couple of subscribers have sent through. So let's have a look at it. This is obviously the euro dollar. This is the daily chart, and you can see what's happening here. Price is constantly butting its head up against this 114 level. So what might that mean? So what I want to do is just sort of back this chart up a bit. You can see the importance of this level as it's come into play in the last sort of year, basically. Now, what we've got here is we've got multiple touches in quick succession against a zone. All right, and I want to contrast that with what a reversal typically looked like. So what I'm saying is that this pattern, or what I'm seeing here, suggests to me that a breakout is far more likely at this stage than a reversal. Obviously, we have neither confirmed yet. We've got a whole lot of nothing going on here, except for a lot of touching, a lot of testing of this zone. All right, contrast what we're seeing up here with what happened in the sort of recent past. Look at this move up to the zone. All right, 1, 2 candles, third candle falls away and falls convincingly away. Let's have a look here. So we had one touch. I would consider this one a touch. It tried to do it. Third touch and price fell away. Let's have a look here. Price blasts through the zone. All right, as what ended up basically being a blow off top, and actually one we sold off. Price comes down and falls away. 3 candles here, 1, 2 candles here, 1, 2, 3 candles, and price falls away. Contrast that with this, all right, and all of those were reversal setups. Contrast that with what we're seeing here. So yes, we do have some sort of rising wedge. I guess you could draw it like that, but for me, this is suggesting the price is looking to go higher before it maybe falls. All right, so we don't have anything just yet, but I just wanted to point that out to everyone. Very, very classical sort of price action trading, and a nice observation to know where the price is going to turn around or more likely keep going. So the two markets that I want to have a look at for new trades this week, and I think we are going to get a whole lot more setups, but these are the two that are looking good for me right now, are the New Zealand yen and the pound New Zealand. So the New Zealand yen is actually set up on the daily chart, and you can see what I like about this is price is closed below this zone here. So this is the 74.11. And you can see how on Friday price just blasted right through this zone, took out a whole lot of lows down here, which is really nice. Came back up a bit. Apologies, this is on Thursday. Came back up a bit, but not too concerning on a bit of profit taking. And then it's actually Friday's candle, this a little inside candle that I find very interesting. How it comes back up, retests this level, cannot close back within the box. All right, and those of you who've been following me for a while would know, a little bit about the law of boxes. We've discussed that and how you could have traded this down. But anyway, that's a bit beside the point at this stage. What we're seeing here is this nice retest. We see selling off the bottom of the box, and we have a nice opportunity to sell down to these lows here. So this is a very interesting setup for me. Obviously it depends on what today's sort of candle does, but a sell below Thursday's low could well see us targeting the 70 or even slightly lower sort of levels on this pair. So very interesting setup. I like it a lot. Watch out for this one very soon. The next one that I want to have a look at is the pound New Zealand. So this is actually on the weekly time frame, and we've got a similar kind of thing to what we've got on the New Zealand yen. You can see we've got this candle down here, big bearish candle, closes below the zone, takes out this low here, very, very important. All right, and the zone is also very important. I've got it drawn at about 208. If I sort of back this chart up, you can see how important this zone is here. Stop this move, and we can sort of carry on a little bit. And you can see here, let's change the scale so the relevance remains. You can see how price was halted here, price was halted there, and how it also provided a bit of support, all right, back in 2010. So very, very important zone and very, very relevant to what we're seeing. Last week we saw price come back up, retest the zone from below, close right down near the low. So again, this is showing its hand that it is very likely to keep going. All right, this is a continuation setup. Price has been going down for almost 6-7 months, probably even longer, and you can see that we are in a prime position to take a new short. So very interesting market. I'm going to be watching this one very, very closely. Perhaps we'll even sell it as early as tomorrow. We may sell it on the weekly. We may look at a kind of a daily setup. You could certainly argue that price is being sort of compressed by this trend line. Perhaps you've got some sort of trend line there. So price is wedging, and a nice break below this. Let me zoom in a little bit. A nice break below here could get us a nice tight entry for a nice long target. So watch out very closely for this one. I think we may be looking at it quite soon. Then sort of last one that I want to look at is just the pound dollar. So we took a long this morning. This is on our intraday setups, and I just want to bring this up because of the questions around the Bank of England decision. The volatility is our friend. I don't mind rate decisions. I'm quite happy to continue to trade around them. Obviously you don't want to have tight stops when you're about to deal with a very volatile news event, but keep in mind we are going to carry on trading. I'm quite happy to trade. I think we might get some nice pips out of this. We've already made sort of 70% of our weekly target on a Monday morning if we decided to close out right now. So I think just wanted to mention that to everyone. Quite happy to keep trading, and follow along on the flow system, the high-low flow if you're interested. And any questions, as always, please do let me know.